The ship that couldn't sail, the Speedwell's failure, and the Mayflower's historic voyage. When we think of the Pilgrims' journey to the New World, we usually imagine a single ship bravely crossing the Atlantic, the Mayflower, but the true story is more complex. In fact, the Pilgrims originally planned to sail to America using two ships, the Mayflower and the lesser-known Speedwell. Two ships. One plan, the Speedwell, was purchased by the Leiden separatists, a group of English religious dissenters living in Holland, while the Mayflower was chartered by English investors. Together, these ships were intended to carry a mix of separatists and other settlers, often called strangers to the New World, where they hoped to establish a new life and religious freedom. But things didn't go as planned. Speedwell's leaky legacy. The Speedwell left Southampton in July 1620, but trouble soon followed. It developed leaks not once, but multiple times. The two ships were forced to stop in Dartmouth and Plymouth for repairs. Despite the crew's best efforts, the Speedwell kept taking on water. According to William Bradford, the future governor of Plymouth Colony and one of the key figures among the Pilgrims, some suspected that the captain of the Speedwell sabotaged the ship intentionally, hoping to avoid the dangerous voyage across the Atlantic. Whether by accident or design, the Speedwell was ultimately deemed unseaworthy. A crowded Mayflower set sail. With the Speedwell abandoned, about 20 of its passengers were squeezed onto the already packed Mayflower. Others gave up and returned to England or Holland. On September 16, 1620, the Mayflower finally set sail from Plymouth alone. The solo voyage was brutal. The ship was overcrowded, provisions were low due to the delays, and rough weather made life on board miserable. Still, after 66 grueling days at sea, the Mayflower reached Cape Cod, present-day Massachusetts, in November 1620. Unexpected consequences. The Speedwell's failure had significant ripple effects. The delays drained supplies and meant the settlers arrived too late in the year to plant crops or build proper shelters, contributing to the high death toll during the first winter. But hardship also bred unity. The diverse group of passengers, many of whom had never planned to live or govern together, recognized the need for cooperation. This led to the signing of the Mayflower Compact, a historic agreement that laid the foundation for self-governance and democratic principles in the New World. What happened to the Speedwell? The Speedwell didn't vanish into obscurity. After being sold, it continued to sail under different ownership for various voyages, but its most infamous legacy remains the voyage it never made, and the way its failure shaped one of the most iconic journeys in American history.